people live here all their lives and they don't know it's there. They come into the ticket counter area and they get their ticket and they go to the security area. But you got to look to the street and then you can see it on that facing wall. It's 2 murals that are 9 feet by 20 feet. So it's quite big. Like a collage, it's different spots on the island. The famous ones and the not so famous ones, like the El Nido is there and the Crater is there. And then it flows into another part of the island. The white line is symbolic of our journey in this land, and the journey is something that we take with us as we depart, like a tourist would or a visitor from another island. I took a lot of art classes to prepare myself for a career in education. I was okay, but when I did my work in the area of ceramics, it really was fun. We started to experiment with glazing bisfireware, pulling it out of the kiln after it reaches the mature temperature, and put it in combustible material. And that burning created a reduction atmosphere which caused the smoke to stain the pot, and if it had a glaze on it, the glaze would turn metallic. So it was very exciting and spontaneous and accidental. I took a sabbatical leave from teaching and went back to university, and I started taking painting classes. And this was in 1995, so this was about 25 years after doing only ceramics. I started to get interested in painting. You can make any number of expressions without limitation, and it allowed me to explore ideas and thoughts that I had about life in general and my attitudes about people and things around me. And I found that much more stimulating and exciting. Then I started to make these little pictures here. I put newspaper, magazines, tissue paper, modeling paste, and I guess there was leftover from doing ceramics, which is very textural oriented media. And I was still doing textural things, but on a 2D surface, so it was a familiar transition. The fact that it's kind of abstract was appealing to me, because it wasn't just a picture of like a snapshot of Chinatown, but it was an interaction of elements, art elements that made the picture vibrant and looks like the people are moving. I made this picture. And this one here is one of my original experiments with collage art. And I went back to it in this piece here, and I added more meaning to it by making the people gold. And the message is that people are precious, and we should take care of people first. The other thing that happened was that these accidental faces started to appear, and that kind of appealed to me because it's kind of like our ancestors watching over us. So from those small little collages, I made this large canvas. The overall theme is a lion dance, which is a dance they do in New Year's to scare away the evil spirits. So all of it has to do with the present life and the afterlife, and layers and layers of things going on all at once. I think it's everybody. We are all multi-dimensional. And when you look at a situation, you must keep that in mind, that the surface of what you see is not the full story, and that everything is a matter of looking at the layers and see how they interact with each other, and maybe that's what my paintings represent. It's a collection of different viewpoints and different value systems, and they're all here and they're all interacting with each other. We never really know the whole story of anything. It's the only thing that we are experts at or know the best is ourselves. You want to know what's out there, I think you should look within to find the answers. I displayed this right here at Schaefer Gallery as an entry in Art Maui, and for the first time people saw my painting, and it was very well received, so then I knew that I could paint. It feels good, of course, but being acknowledged for being good at painting, I feel more satisfied about that than my accomplishments in ceramics, because I feel that I have been able to go further with my work, reach a larger audience, and make monumental things. The driftwood represents all of us people who are getting long in a tooth. We've traveled many long distances and we've been weathered and our color has changed, but we're still vibrant and we still have life in us, and we have things to do and we have contributions to make. So don't count us out so quickly. It's funny that the term always comes up with me that the most personal is the most universal. And that's been the story of this exhibit. It's like people have been thanking me for sharing my personal life, and they felt what I felt. The most popular of my paintings, and it's of the Obon dance in Lahaina. That high contrast between the lights and the dark, and the moodiness of it. It just kind of came together very nicely. That complementary mix of colors, the lanterns come forward and the blue background recedes, and it creates a three-dimensional effect. My brother going through the gates into another realm, and these are the lanterns that is the same lantern on Obon, and it's floating in the sky to show that this is a spiritual world. He's going into another life. I guess I'm hoping and praying that there is an afterlife. And now that I'm very close to that, there's this need in me to feel comfortable in the spirit world. I always come back to it, that we're not alone, that there's a guardian angel, ancestors, and good feelings, souls that are helping us get through this life into the next. I believe there's something out there, and it's important as part of who I am to represent it in my work. I cherish my friends who know that when I'm in trouble I can go to them. I don't have to go through any protocol or express things in a certain way. I just can go there no matter what time of day it is, and they're open and willing to help me as I am willing to help them. That beautiful relationship is what carries me. All my sorrows that tomorrow brings take me back. It's kind of nostalgic where you kind of thinking about the past, almost wishing that things could be like the good old days. It's like everything is bittersweet. The shark is like his amakua, and this is kind of a dream sequence that it's a spiritual world. No enemies down there that's going to harm him, and he's my son. My son is safe, and nothing can hurt him. It's something that I couldn't do. I couldn't protect him. So it's important that he's protected now. In my work, I use a lot of accidental qualities, things that are unplanned, and they become little surprises and little gems that make my work something that it wouldn't have been if I hadn't been paying attention to Wabi Sabi. The example of my work is all over this place because it's a one-man show. It may never happen again this way. That's okay, because in this moment, in this time, it's all good, and we should be grateful for that special moment when Wabi Sabi was the talk of the town and the rock star was born.